Welcome to another video. Today we're going to talk about the WordPress Saga with WPEngine. Alright, so let's begin here. This company is Automatic. Their founder is this guy here, Matt Mullenweg. And Automatic owns a few other companies like WordPress and a few other products like WordPress.com, Jetpack, WooCommerce. There is also WordPress.org, which is also owned by WordPress Foundation, which was founded by this guy. All right, so that is just a quick overview of Automatic. It owns a series of these products, as you can see here, a bunch of product, and it was started in 2003. Like WordPress was started in 2003. Let's go to this guy over here, WPEngine. WPEngine is a WordPress web hosting company. All they do is host WordPress sites. It also has a series of other companies inside WPEngine group. You have WPEngine itself, you have Flywheel, as you can see there, you have Local, you have these advanced custom field, you have Studio Place, which they created this Genesis framework. All right, so those are the two companies. We have Automatic and then we have WPEngine. And if we go to W3 Tech, this is a very cool website, just to see their market share. If you go to W3 Tech, and let's go first to start with WordPress. So you can see here, WordPress right now, about 43% of all websites are made on WordPress. Now these are websites that have been surveyed on this platform, and like here they say is only 30% of the website use none of the content management they monitor, but the rest they do monitor, and that is the usage 43%. And in terms of I would say WordPress as a CMS, in terms of market share, is like 60% in terms of all the content management systems. You can see the rest there: WordPress, Shopify, a bunch of other content management systems. All right, let's go to now web hosting companies. Now you can see here Amazon. Of all the website, 5% of websites are hosted on Amazon, AWS. Let's see where WPEngine is. We can see WPEngine is right there, like 1.7%. And Automatic Group, who are the owner of WordPress.com and a bunch of other products, they own 0.7% of all websites are hosted here. So it's not a huge difference between these two, I would say, here in terms of the web hosting market. So let's go to the Saga. Now this Saga, we're gonna be helped by our friends here, ChatGPT. I'm gonna use the Omni version, and I'm just gonna ask a series of questions. So let's start with the very basic one. Update us, or update me, I would say. Update me on the current WordPress Saga. It's gonna search the internet, hopefully. Okay. It's gonna browse. All right, cool. Let's do some reading here. Cool, and then I'm gonna let me. Cool. So the first question, that update me on the current WordPress Saga. So the ongoing saga between WordPress co-creator Matt Mullenweg and WPEngine has intensified, especially after recent actions. The core issue involves around WPEngine handling of the advanced custom field plugin, which Mullenweg claims pose security concerns. WordPress.org forked the plugin, renaming it to Secure Custom Field to address these issues and remove commercial upsells. WPEngine has fired back with a legal measure, escalating tensions between the two entities. This dispute has had far-reaching consequences, WPEngine has been excluded from sponsoring WordPress events like WordCamp Sydney, and the checkbox requiring user to affirm no affiliation with WPEngine was added to the login page. Additionally, over 150 automatic employees have resigned after being offered severance packages, disagreeing with Malino's approach to the conflict. This saga is creating significant ripples in the open source community, with concerns about Malino's actions potentially undermining the collaborative ethos of WordPress. Prominent figures like Ruben Reyes, creator, DHH, have called for reconciliation, warning that the current path threatens to disrupt the balance in the open source ecosystem. Alright, cool. So that was a very good summary there by ChatGPT. Did you know that you can pretty much get like recent event? Let me ask the other question here. I'm going to ask the second questions. Do you have a full understanding of the issue? Okay, let's see what ChatGPT says. Cool. Okay. Cool. I'll start reading. Yes, I have a clear understanding of the issue between Matt Mullenweg and WPEngine, which stems from legal and ideological conflicts regarding WordPress open source ecosystem. Here are the background of key points. Alright, I don't know if I'm going to read all of this, but let's go through a few. The forking of advanced custom fields, ACF. WordPress, led by Mullenweg, forcibly forced the ACF plugin, rebranding it as Secure Custom Field. The stated reason was a security concern, but this move sparked controversy as it was seen by many, including WPEngine, as an overreach and a threat to the open source community. WPEngine argued that Mullenweg's actions were a breach of trust and openness. Legal escalation. WPEngine responded by sending legal letters and making accusation of trademark misuse and expropriation. They claimed that WordPress action are a violation of their rights and have sought legal remedies. Community fallout, exclusion from events, industry concerns. Okay, I'm not going to read all of that. The conflict is rooted in issues of open source governance, trademark disputes, and deferring visions for the future of WordPress. Mullenweg's aggressive moves are being interpreted by some as a consolidation of power that could alienate plugin developers and users, while others see them as necessary for security and integrity. Alright, cool. I'm going to ask a third question. Who is in the wrong here? Let's see. Okay. Cool. Okay, let's start. Determining who is in the wrong between Matt Mullenweg and WPEngine is complex because both sides have valid concerns, and much of the conflict revolves around the interpretation of open source principles and legal boundaries. This is Mullenweg's perspective. WordPress/automatic. Mullenweg claims that the forking of the ACF plugin was necessary due to security issues. From his standpoint, ensuring the safety of WordPress users is paramount, and taking control of potentially vulnerable or compromised code aligns with protecting the platform integrity. Mullenweg has also formed WPEngine commercial practices as problematic, suggesting that they have violated the open source ethos by monetizing elements of WordPress without proper contribution to the community. He sees his action as protecting the ecosystem from exploitation. Alright, WPEngine perspective. WPEngine believe that Mullenweg's actions represent an overreach and abuse of power. They argue that the fork of ACF and subsequent actions against their company, like being banned from WordPress event, are damaging not only to their business but also to the open source community. WPEngine sees this as a breach of trust and a potential violation of trademark and commercial agreements. WPEngine has filed legal actions accusing WordPress of trademark infringement and heavy-handed tactics which they argue compromise the collaborative spirit that the WordPress platform was built on. Alright, community perspective. The WordPress community is divided, as you can see here. Some developer and contributor view Malinoweg's approach as aggressive and damaging, especially given his high-profile position in the open source world. Critics argue that his actions set a dangerous precedent for centralized control in an otherwise centralized ecosystem. Others, however, may agree that security and consistency are more important than adhere to interpretation. All right, cool. In conclusion, both sides have made questionable decisions. Malinoweg's unilateral action and legal tactics raise concerns about centralized power in an open source project, which has alienated parts of the community. WPEngine, on the other hand, may be seen as pushing the limits of commercialization with an open source framework, which can also be seen as exploitative by some. Ultimately, the right side may depend on your perspective, whether you prioritize security and control or community openness and autonomy. So here I think ChatGPT is mostly focusing on the most recent what I would say progress of this case. Let's see here. I'm just gonna say this. Explain the whole saga to someone who is new to WordPress. Let's see what it says. All right, it's just focusing on the ACF. Okay. Cool. I'm just gonna say this. Ignore the ACF for now. Just focus on what happened just before that. Let's see what it says. Okay. So it says here, just before the issue with the ACF plugin, the saga between Matt Malinoweg and WPEngine had already been brewing, focusing on broader ideological and commercial tensions between the two. Key issues: WordPress community and sponsorship dispute. WPEngine, a large hosting provider for WordPress site, had been increasing at odds with Malinoweg and Automatic, the company behind WordPress.com. The tension escalated when WordPress events like, all right, same information. I'm not going to read all of that. Employee fallout, all right. Employee left context, okay. The conflict here is largely about control over the WordPress ecosystem. Malinoweg, as co-creator, believes in protecting WordPress values and has been vocal about companies like WPEngine profiting without contributing sufficient to the community. WPEngine, on the other hand, sees Malinoweg's action as a power grab that threatens to undermine the decentralized open source nature of the platform. This set the stage for the later issue, the ACF plugin, where tensions over security, control, and community trust would boil over even more dramatically. All right, cool. Let's see. Let me ask a few more questions here, and I'm just gonna end this video. Let's see. Show me side by side comparison of this button. All right, let's see. So this is pretty good by ChatGPT, as you can see. You don't have to go and read all the different sources like Twitter or I don't know, watch all the videos. I mean, you can just go to ChatGPT and then it can summarize about everything that's happening, which is pretty neat. All right, cool. All right, let's check this. Here's a side-by-side comparison of the key points on the ongoing battle between Matt and WPEngine. Okay, issues with WPEngine practice. Malinoweg has been critical of WPEngine, accusing them of exploiting WordPress open source framework. Okay, we know that. He called them a cancer to WordPress community. To their defense of the business model, WPEngine insists that it is providing value through hosting services that enhance WordPress performance. They argue that they're contributing to the ecosystem by offering professional, scalable services which benefit the community. All right. Forcing WPEngine out of events. WordPress events like remove WPEngine as a sponsor. Okay. Okay. Cool. Legal action. WPEngine responded by sending cease and desist letters to Automatic, claiming that WordPress actions, including, are harmful to their business. Okay. Internet fallout of Automatic. Malenwag offered severance packages to Automatic employees who disagreed with his handling of the situation, and as a result, 159 employees resigned, signaling that the conflict had created internal division and dissatisfaction with Malenwag leadership. All right. Community and legal standing. WPEngine has positioned itself as a victim of unfair treatment, arguing that Malenwag action are damaging the open source nature of WordPress by concentrating too much power in the hands of one individual company. Control over plugin and ecosystem. Malenwag believes WordPress needs to remain safe and reliable, which justify action like forking plugin or blocking certain companies from gaining too much influence. Accusation of overreach. WPEngine and others accused of abusing his power by forcing forks and settings policies that benefits Automatic interests rather than the broader WordPress community. All right, and that's the summary there. His focus on safeguarding WordPress open source values and security, even if it means taking aggressive actions like forking plugins or banning companies like WPEngine from events. WPEngine argument, they claim they're being unfairly targeted, with Malenwag using his influence to undermine their business. They argue that they're a legitimate part of the WordPress ecosystem, providing valuable services. All right, cool. I'm gonna ask my final question. I don't want this video to be super long. Cool. I'm just gonna say, in court, who do you think will win? All right. Predicting going in court is challenged because it depends on several factors, including the specific of the legal argument presented, the evidence. However, based on the information, here's an analysis of both sides, potential strength and weakness. All right. I'm not gonna read all of that. Cool. I'm not gonna read all of that, but I'm gonna ask my very final question. You can just pause the video and read if you want to read, or you can go straight to ChatGPT. Let's see. Okay, outcome. It's hard to predict, but Automatic. Oh, interesting. All right. So this was the question again. In court, who do you think will win? Okay, blah blah blah. Position both. Legal consideration. You can read that, and then here, outcome. It's hard to predict it definitively, but Automatic Malenwag may have a stronger position if they rely on the GPL license and prove that their actions were in line with open source principles. However, WPEngine could potentially win if they succeed in demonstrating defamation or business harm based on public remarks and Automatic commercial actions. Ultimately, the decision will hinge on the interpretation of open source law and the evidence of harm presented by WPEngine. All right, my final question. Act as an intermediary what do you advise should be the course of action? All right, ChatGPT. All right, collaborative resolution. Okay. Cool. So as an intermediary in this conflict between Matt and WPEngine, my advice is to focus on finding a collaborative resolution that preserves the core values of both parties: open source integrity for WordPress and commercial viability for WPEngine. Here's a proposed course of action. Okay, open dialogue invitation. I'm not going to read that. You can go and read. Clarify community guidelines and policies. Okay. Address legal and trademark concerns. Public relations and community healing. Internal reconciliation at Automatic. Okay. Compromise and collaboration security. Conclusion. A compromise that focuses on transparency, open dialogue, and collaboration will likely save both parties better than continue down the path of public conflict and legal disputes. The goal should be to resolve issues while keeping the trust intact and ensuring the commercial activity do not undermine the platform. Okay, cool. This has been great. I mean, okay, you can see ChatGPT has done a great job of summarizing this conflict here. All right, cool. Again, I was using this version of ChatGPT Omni, which is great for most tasks. All right, cool. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think. Personally, I'm on the side of Matt and WordPress, but tell me what you think. Anyway, bye.